So I just started the series. This is the second episode. If you missed the first one, it's out there on the interwebs somewhere. Today I'm talking about another one of my favorite video games, in the number 9 slot, an indie open world platformer that I wish I was better at. Hollow Knight is decently well known, I think, so you may or may not have heard of it, but like I said, it's an open world platformer and it also has a story. But today I want to highlight some of the things that I think warrant this game making it onto my top 10. Today I'm going to talk about the game's mechanics and the atmosphere. I haven't played too many platformers, mainly because I'm not very good at them, but this is one of the most tight mechanics-wise platformer I've ever seen or played. Pretty much every detail of the mechanics works great in-game, and they use the mechanics in a unique way to help give a linear feel to their open world. Now, most games have some sort of linear upgrade or mechanics system as the game goes on. That's how you feel like you're actually doing something and making personal progress. Games that don't do something like this usually don't need to because of the type of game that they are. But it's a great way of slowly feeling like you're building up and getting stronger and more skilled. But in Hollow Knight, they don't just use them to help you feel like you're progressing as a character, they also use them to help relegate how you see the world and how much of the world you can see. There's a lot of areas in Hollow Nest, and I mean a lot of areas, and naturally, as you get deeper and deeper, it gets harder and harder, so you can't have players throwing themselves into something like Deep Nest right away, but you also don't want to make them feel like it's blocked off in any way, with like an invisible wall or something. So the game implements puzzles and different mechanics in each area, so you have to figure out how to get in, and in that figuring out, you'll have a natural progression to getting better, so you're not dying instantly when you get in. A great example of one of these mechanics would be the maps themselves. You can't just start the game with a complete map of things, so in each area, they have a map maker. You have to find him, and once you do, you can buy a map from him for that location. But even when you have the map, you have to explore each location for it to be charted on the map. It may seem like an annoying mechanic, like it's just there to make things harder or go slower, but it's helping guide the player through a natural progression by pacing out how much they can just explore. Now that's just one, and I think the biggest example of good mechanics in this game, but I haven't even talked about combat and how insane but also amazing that is, and it has an amazing progression as well. But I'm also awful at it. Well, I just lost all of my money. All of it. But for time's sake and for structure's sake of the video, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is really the crown jewel of this game. If you've heard of Hollow Knight or watched any videos on it, they'll probably be talking about how great the atmosphere is or something similar. Everything from the art design to the music takes this game's atmosphere to the next level. From the moment you get the first cutscene, you're brought into this world. This sad world where not only the residents have lost hope, but the world itself has lost hope. The almost dead and stony area of the Forgotten Crossroads, and the empty dead area of Dirtmouth, all feel like something that could have been alive and well. But now it's just stone and ruins. The music kicks in from the word go, and it never lets go. Each different section, and sometimes each different area in that section, has its own unique music. It never once lets you get out of the mindset of this being a lost and forgotten place. that has given up hope that anything or anyone could save them. But as the game goes on and you progress more and more, you bring more people back to Dirtmouth and run into more people, and you find that not everybody has given up hope. Not only do they help you with various things like map markers and upgrades, but they also give you a feeling of purpose while playing the game. And also is another great thing mechanically to help cement the atmosphere of the game and the progress of the atmosphere as you play the game. Also, the sound design beyond the music is just insane. Each time you use your nail, it's super satisfying, and the creatures can be gross, getting hit can be shocking, and it all comes together to make one of the most interesting and atmospheric games I've ever played. This game is amazing, and there's probably a lot more I could talk about with it, but for time's sake, I think that covers what I think the strong points of this game are. This will go on the leaderboard at number 9, and will probably be something that I play for years to come, mainly because I'm so horrible at it. But I hope this brought some positivity to the game world, and who knows, maybe it's inspired you to play the game yourself. That would be amazing. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Next month is going to be a story game from a very popular franchise.